party at home where we bring you arts and crafts that you can do at home with your family and friends. This week we're a little late for New Year's, but we're bringing in the New Year's with some paper Chinese lanterns. These are super fun and super easy to make, so I'm really excited to show you the process of how to make these. But before we do that, first we need to make sure we protect our tables so that they don't get messy, and then also maybe something to protect ourselves so we don't get messy. Alright, so let's talk about the supplies we need this week. So first, to start off, we're going to need some paper. You can have just white paper like ours, or you can use some different colored paper, whatever you might want. So we need paper. We're also going to need some scissors. You're also going to want a pencil as well. Tape, or you can even use glue as well. We're going to use tape. Some markers, or even some paint, whatever you want. Then you're also going to need something like a ruler or some type of straight edge so you can make some lines. In our video, we actually just use an extra piece of paper for a straight edge, but you can use a ruler if you have one at home. Alright, I think that's all the supplies we have. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started on making our Chinese paper lanterns. Alright, let's go!
Hello everyone, I have a friend that's going to join me today. Awesome, so we are going to start with our Chinese paper lantern. So we need paper to start off, something that can be used as a straight edge, so like a ruler. I'm using paper. And then we need a pencil. That's all we need to start. We just need those three supplies. So I'm going to grab my paper. Let's lay it out in front of us. We need to have this horizontally, so that means side to side. Side to side like this, not up and down, just side to side horizontal. Alright, so we're going to start on the very right side. We are going to mark about 2 fingers, and then we're going to take that straight edge, so your ruler or extra piece of paper, and we're going to measure about 2 finger widths, or about 1 inch. Take your pencil, and you're just going to mark a line right across there. So measure about 1 inch, draw a line there so we know exactly where that's at. There we go. Now we're going to take our scissors, and we're just going to follow that line we made and cut that little strip of piece of paper off. It doesn't need to be perfect. Alright, so now we have our piece of paper cut off. We don't want to throw this away. We're just going to set this off to the side. We will need it towards the end of the project. So now we have our piece of paper. It's roughly almost a square now. We are going to fold it in half, what we call the hamburger style. Not the hot dog, but the hamburger. So just like how we had it horizontally, that's the way we're going to fold it. Make sure it's nice and creased. Alright, so here we go. We have our straight edge again. We are going to be drawing a line on where the 2 pieces of paper meet. So not on the fold, but on the open side, alright? So don't do the fold. We are going to measure about 2 fingers, so about 1 inch, just like our last one. So same process. Grab that straight edge, measure that out, and then just draw a line straight down. And it doesn't need to be perfect. We're just kind of marking that area. Awesome. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to start making lines that go horizontally through our whole piece of paper. On mine, I'm going to do about 1 finger width. On my friends, we are going to do 2 finger widths of little lines that we're going to eventually cut, alright? So again, on my side, I'm going to measure about 1 finger, and then my friend is going to measure about 2. So you can take a look and see how they kind of turn out, and you can decide which one you want to do. So I'm going to line up, measure my finger, move my ruler with me, and then make a line for where that's going to be. And you're going to do this all the way down. All you have to do is just mark your line all the way up to where it meets the pencil line that you previously made. You don't have to bring it all the way across. Awesome! Next we need our markers. And this, we are going to decorate it just like our examples right here. You can decorate in 2 different ways. My friend drew on the stripes, but I decided to draw over all of it. So, but be mindful, if you draw on the stripes, you're going to have to draw it on the other side as well. So you're going to have to work on flipping it over, making sure you decorate both sides. If you do that, you can find where it meets on the edge here, and you can make a little mark on the other side. So that way all of your stripes are going to be exactly the same. When you do that, you're also going to want to make sure you measure those out and draw a line that goes across on the back, just like you do on the front. But again, you only need to do this if you're going to be decorating both sides and you want to stay on those stripes. Otherwise, you'll be fine to let it go. So I'm going to grab my piece of paper and put it underneath so that way we don't get our table messy. We are going to start at the top of our paper. And now on that strip we drew first, we are going to write something on it. So I wrote my name, but you can write anything up there, or you can do your own little design at the top. My friend's going to draw her name at the top. One thing I want to notice is that you really don't want to draw on the very edges, because that's going to get taped over, because that's where our two pieces of paper are going to kind of come together. So just don't draw anything that's very close to the edges. So my friend's writing her name, I'm gonna write the year. Awesome! Once you are finished drawing your names, or whatever you might want to decorate on the top, now it's time that you can decorate the rest of your lantern. So one thing you want to do, depending on which style you're going to draw in, is you just want to make sure you don't completely block out all of the lines that you made. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to follow those later when we have to cut along them. So you can decorate on top of them if you want, like I did, but just be careful that you want to still be able to see them. So we're going to grab our scissors, and what we're going to do is we're going to follow all those lines that we made before. But again, you want to stop where that line is at the top, so don't cut past that, alright? We just want to cut nice little strips. So follow those lines all the way up to that top line that we first made. Don't go any higher. That's where we're going to stop. And you're going to follow this for every single line that you made. Awesome, my friend finished a little before me, but I'll get there soon. Perfect. All right, so this next part, you're going to need some tape, and you need that top part, that top strip that we cut off at the very beginning. 4 pieces of tape, or you can also use glue or staples, but we're going to use tape. So we just need 4 pieces of tape. I'm going to kind of put those at the bottom so I can grab those when I'm ready. So, oh my goodness, look at this paper. Now it's all very wiggly and very fun to mess with. It's got some nice fringe going on. So we're going to turn it to the side and open it up. All right, so turn it to the side, open it up just like a book. Just like a book. And now we're going to flip it top to bottom, all right? So that top part's going to meet the bottom. So I'm going to start at the bottom corner, right there. And I'm going to take my piece of tape and I'm going to lay it right down on top. So the sticky part's at the top. And I'm going to take the bottom or the top part of my paper and I'm going to bring it right on top of that piece of tape, and then it should stick and connect together just like that. Awesome. My next piece of tape is ready to go. So I'm going to do just the same thing. I'm going to stick it right there at the bottom, then bring the top part of my piece of paper all the way over, and I'm going to overlap it just a little bit. You don't need to overlap it a lot, but just a little bit. And then now those should be connected. You can do the same thing with staples or with glue. It just might take a little bit longer. So now I need to find the top of my lantern. So that's my top. And now this piece of paper is going to turn into a handle. So I'm going to take my tape, and just like I did before, I'm going to add those strips of tape onto the different ends of that piece of paper. And now with that sticky side, right there, I'm going to make sure I have that in the area that I need so I can turn that into a handle. So I'm going to overlap it just a little bit, press down, make sure that sticks on the one side at the very top of my lantern. And then I'm going to kind of flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Awesome! Look at that. All right. I think that's it for our nice Chinese paper lanterns. As you kind of squish them together, you can see all of that fringe that we made before now circles around Awesome, these look amazing.
Oh my goodness, these turned out amazing, everyone. I hope you had a great time making your Chinese paper lanterns at home. I had such a fun time showing you the process of how to make these. Remember, you can always come to Artmeohio and watch all of our previous arts and crafts videos that you can find on our Facebook and also on our YouTube. We'll still be posting them throughout the months on Wednesdays around noon, so just watch out for our new postings. I hope you had a great time with us, and I can't wait for you to join us again. And remember, just like your art project, stay perfectly imperfect and creatively confident. Bye, everyone!